Hey everybody, it's Deprogrammed this week. It's the first week of us doing these mini-sodes. My name is Justin, and I am Band Curious. In case you are new to Deprogrammed, what we do on this show is try to come up with a top 10 starter kit for bands and artists in order to get you into said band. And you'll forgive me if I seem a little out of sorts. I've been rearranging the studio. It isn't quite set, but I can't see the screen without turning you don't care, but I am telling you, I'm awkward because this is awkward right now. What I was hoping to do with Friday episodes is do a Q&A. And I mean, because I'm just getting the idea out there, I didn't expect a lot of questions, but I did get some. This was all from the Legion of Stupid Discord in the Deprogram channel. It's mostly bits, but we are going to answer them as if they were real questions. You don't have to join the Discord to ask questions. You can do it on Threads or Instagram or Facebook or wherever you follow the show. But I am the most active in Discord, so that is probably the easiest place to reach us, and that is the Legion of Stupid Discord. And if you'd like a link to join, just ask me. All right, so I asked, does anyone have any deprogram related questions? And I'm going to answer this one seriously, even though Jenny's asking it as a bit. Why didn't you pick the song I like on that one episode? And again, it's not a real question. However, it is something that people probably wonder, how do I not pick that song? Now, sometimes it's like the Blind Melon episode, for example. Why didn't I pick No Rain? Well, I wanted to see if we could do the episode without No Rain. My thoughts on Blind Melon was that they were more and better than No Rain. So let's find out. Let's bring that to the table. And I was willing to concede that it should be in, should we not be able to find, 10 songs that are better than No Rain. In that episode specifically, I won out. I won people to my side. Sometimes, a lot of the times, those songs I'm instantly willing to concede. It's just, I just want to see if we can do it without it. Like Death Cab for Cutie is another example. It happens a lot, actually, where I don't bring the one song. Sometimes it's Living Color, and Cult of Personality kind of has to be there. Sometimes, just how big and good the song is just wins. So that, so now what most people are asking when they ask a question like this is, why didn't you pick that deep cut on this record that's a fan favorite? Well, the reality is I'm not a fan. I don't know. 9 times out of 10 probably at this point. I don't know which ones are the deep cut fan favorites. So like if it doesn't hit me, on the day that I'm doing my first pass, if it doesn't hit me just the right way, if it doesn't hit my ears just the right way, it doesn't make my short list, and then it's not going to make my list for the show. That's just where I am in my listening journey. Now, lately, some of these bands, like a lot of these episodes haven't come out yet, but like I'll sometimes, depending on how lost I am on the band, will weigh out my song versus the internet. Like I'll ask Threads, and I'll see what answers I'm getting from Threads and Instagram. And then I'll ask the internet also. Like I'll just Google, hey, best blank songs. And then I'll weigh my list against what comes up. And, sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. I'll go back and adjust if needed. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah. Why didn't I pick the one song I like on that one episode? there's a lot to it. I'll come back to John's question. Jenny asks, did you know Technotronic has 3 albums? I did. Matt asks, have you done the Beatles? I looked through the back catalog and can't find them. We will probably never do the Beatles. If you know me, you know why. That could be controversial depending on who you are. I'm not open to hearing the arguments that are going to ensue. The few times the Beatles have come up on like after the fact and what have you, turns into these conversations that bore the shit out of me. So, I'm just being real. Doesn't mean the Beatles are bad. Doesn't mean I don't like the Beatles. It means the Beatles are a band that have been shoved down my throat incessantly since birth. And again, that doesn't mean they're good or bad, that I like or dislike. It just means there's no room in my brain for me to do that and be willing to hear the conversation that is going to ensue because of it. Anderson asks, whatever happened to predictability? The Milkman, the paper or evening TV, of course, is the Full House theme song. Whatever did happen to predictability? Sometimes I am super predictable when it comes to the show. If you're asking what my favorite theme song is, it's probably still BoJack Horseman. I never skip it. If you want quote unquote real songs, then it's either season 1 or 2 of Peacemaker, because again, I can't skip either of those intros. I listen to them every time. And then John's question, which seems to be the only real question I got, and feel free to jump in the Discord, ask quote-unquote real questions if you like. I'd like to keep Fridays as Q&As, but it's all dependent on how you like the format. So, are you tired of music yet? Sometimes I'm very tired of music. It really kind of depends on how hard and fast I'm going on the show, because things have been going kind of slow leading up until the last month or so. I found room to listen to quote unquote stuff I like listening to more Pumpkins, Local H, things I'm choosing rather things that I'm studying. So if it's something I'm choosing, it's a lot easier to, not wear myself out on the new music that is constantly being put into my brain. But it is finding that balance, and that balance is almost always impossible, especially, right now I'm really, trying to foot to the pedal to, I like to try to be 2 months ahead, and we're not quite there. By the end of this weekend, I will be about a month and a half ahead. And I still am going to have to figure out 2 more to finish out April. And I mean, I've got first passes and my 20 ready for a good number of episodes, but then it's all the scheduling. So you combine all that with when am I going to do the listening? And yeah, man, sometimes I'm just tired of music. And again, it's all about the balance. Because I'm trying to do this, I'm not working as much. And because I'm not working as much means I'm not listening to pods. That's the other part of the equation, is I listen to a lot of podcasts, and listening to the podcasts kind of offsets how much music studying I'm doing. So, it's this gentle and delicate combination of all 3 of those things: listening to music of my choice, listening to podcasts, and studying for the show. I reference to it as studying for the show. I'm about to wrap up here. If that is something that you all would like to help me with as one of these minisodes, it's an idea I floated out there before, let me know, because I've considered doing that before, some sort of, my helping me, dwindle down, after my first pass, essentially. We'll call it study sesh or something. If that's something you're interested in doing, let me know. And again, as Mondays, I'm going to let you know what I'm going through. If I say hey, I'm studying for this band, and that's something you'd love to, you're not willing, you don't want to be on the episode, but you would like to help me study for, let me know. And that's something we can do. Very open to whatever ideas you guys have for these minisodes, because, I do want them to be, I got good feedback about the fact that they exist. So I'd like to continue to make sure that not only are we doing them because you appreciate them, but make sure we're talking about things that you actually would like to hear about. So with that, we're a podcast. So of course, subscribing, rating, commenting. If you're new here, let me know how we're doing. If you share, that would be appreciated. Patreon's a great place to go. Patreon.com/ohijustin if you'd like to support the program. And again, if you want to hop in on these Q&As, then hop in on the Discord. But with that, we will see you all, well, not tomorrow, but I guess on Monday. Bye.